Happy Tuesday to everybody. You guys, we have another fabulous company in our American Business Spotlight. So exciting. So exciting. Okay, I know there's been like an outpouring of interest in this, but and we're
so great.
super grateful for that. But this is another small business that you can support, and I'm so delighted to introduce CFO Plus Services. The big honcho in this is Ellen. You guys can Ellen is so fabulous. Ellen specializes in services for small business owners that can't afford and don't need a full-time CFO, which is brilliant. I love this business model. With 18 plus years of experience, Ellen's passion is helping small business owners increase the value of their business. So she started CFO Plus Services because she saw a need in the small business community for financial literacy, which is kind of like, this is something that we could probably use, right? And help in preparation for a small business owner's ultimate exit. So CFO Plus Services uses a proven approach to help small business owners not only learn their numbers, but also help them learn to analyze those numbers in a way that can help them increase the value of the business. So their team of certified QuickBooks bookkeepers, they provide bookkeeping services to help owners maintain their numbers. So financial statements are at the ready when needed by the bank, the CPA, or any other potential investor or buyer. And they also provide CEO coaching, which is completely cool. For some of their clients, she provides higher level CEO coaching for every aspect of the business because she's been working with small business owners for a super long time, and she's learned what makes entrepreneurs tick, which is completely cool. So go to our website, chicksontheright.com/sponsors, and click on the banner for our American Business Spotlight, where you can find a link to CFO Plus Services. She wants to help take your business to the next level.
Well, and I learned a new word when I was learning about her and this business. I learned what a fractional CFO is. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Look at that.
Right? That's like the kind of CFO that isn't needed full time, that just comes in either on a contract basis or hourly basis or whatever is needed. Fractional CFO services is what she provides. And I like that I learned that new word.
I love it. So again, it's chicksontheright.com/sponsors and click on American Business Spotlight banner. And you can check out CFO Plus Services. I love this so much. Love. And then also, you guys, if you haven't already subscribed, go to our website, chicksontheright.com. You can scroll down a little bit. You can subscribe to our newsletter. A lot of you said that you're not getting our newsletter.
I have seen a couple of messages about that. Yeah. And I don't, just check your spam, peeps.
Yeah.
Check your spam.
That happens to me all the time. Stuff gets shoved in my spam, especially in Gmail.
Yeah.
It's really weird about spam. So check your spam. Okay.
But yeah, you should be getting a daily, once a day email that just kind of is the best of stories from our website. So that's what you'll get. And there will be additional content there. So check your spam. If you're still not getting it, maybe just send us an email and let us know that. And then I can forward it to the newsletter people, and they can follow up and check your email address specifically, because it should be pretty instantaneous, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, just back to the American Business Spotlight with CFO Plus really quickly. I just wanted to say a reminder that the American Business Spotlight are our people, you guys. These are people within our audience who have small businesses that they want to promote with us. And then we then promote them to you guys, and we're all helping each other. That's what makes this whole thing so freaking cool.
Yeah.
And I just love that. I just love everything.
So support Ellen. Support Ellen. Do it.
Yes. Some things to get to before videos. So we're 2 days out now from Title 42 ending, and things are absolute chaos at the border. Mayorkas is such a complete dumbass that he decided the best thing to do would be to alert any potential illegally crossing criminals that in El Paso specifically, there's going to be special enforcement services. They're going to really crack down on any extra super duper bad criminal activity. So he sent out a warning, to all the criminals. This is what we're going to be doing in El Paso. And Border Patrol, the union itself, is so furious with Mayorkas right now that they're even tweeting out that this is all a bad joke, that the last thing that you do to criminals is tell them where you're going to be cracking down on them. But that's what Mayorkas did. That's how he runs the DHS operation right now. So this is what we're dealing with. It's just it's incredible. I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
After this, you can't tell me that all of this is not being done, on purpose with purpose. Like these people, this administration, they single-handedly want to destroy this country.
And why? I will never understand the why. Why do they want to do this?
Well, I mean, I think they think that they want power, right? I mean, they want voters and they want power, but in doing so, they're going to destroy this country. I think they think they're not going to, maybe, but they're going to. This is how we don't have a border anymore. And so therefore, if you don't have a border, you don't have a freaking country. And so this is what they're doing. I think they're so thirsty for power that they think that, we're going to get more and more power, which, they will, but in doing so, we're not going to have a country. We already don't. We don't have a border.
I gotta love that Border Patrol, the union is just like, they say all the things.
Right.
And I love that about them. Ellen McElhenney, the CFO of CFO Plus, thank you so much for the super sticker. She says, thanks, ladies.
Ellen.
Love you. I told you guys, she's right here. She's in our midst.
There's Ellen.
Yeah. That's why this whole American Business Spotlight is so freaking awesome. Fantastic. Anyway, so that's one of the things that's going on. It's just going to get worse over the next 2 days. And then once Title 42 is officially up, I mean, that's the other thing, is that who knows what kind of diseases people are bringing. There's no checking, right? I mean, they say there's checking. They're sending these 1,500 National Guard troops to some warehouse to push paper. That's all they're doing. They're not even helping enforce any border laws. They're just there to push paper and help people get in faster. It's ridiculous what's happening. I mean,
remember the stuff that they used to do to you in restaurants and just in public places all over this country? Remember the stuff that they used to do to you and your family? Remember how they shut down schools? Remember how they wouldn't allow you to see your loved ones? Remember how you missed funerals? Remember how people missed proms? Remember how all the things that they did to you, and now they're just allowing all these people to pour over the border with God knows what. These are liberals, you guys, that are allowing this to happen. So remember that. Just
vote accordingly.
Vote accordingly is right. Right.
If you're looking to Truth Social to check out Trump's, they're not called tweets, but whatever they're called, truths, I guess. Anyway, if you're looking for Trump posts about anything related to the Stormy Daniels case, you're not going to see that any longer, because now the judge has placed a gag order on him from discussing any further details of that specific case. So we were talking before the show. We were like, does that apply to Stormy too? I don't know. Is it just him?
She would probably like to be gagged. Is that too much? I mean, it's seriously like, is she being gagged?
I don't know.
I don't understand any of this. Like, why? Why is this? Why is he gagged? Why would if she's being gagged, or is she? She probably. I just don't know. I don't understand any of this. I don't get it.
Same. But you're not going to be, well, or maybe you will. Maybe he'll just defy the order and just be as chitty chatty as he always is. I have no idea, but that has that is an official gag order. And then it's so weird. Sometimes you just think about a news story that you haven't heard a lot about lately, and then just as if you manifested it to be, then you do see a news article about it. That's exactly what happened to me yesterday. I was literally sitting and wondering, is Kanye still running for president? And I was even thinking about looking on Twitter, and then my mind got sidetracked and I thought about other things. But I did have this moment yesterday where I was like, we haven't heard anything about this presidential campaign from Kanye. Then I saw an article this morning that Milo Yiannopoulos, hence my name today, Mako Yiannopoulos, Milo Yiannopoulos has officially become the overseer, the head strategist, the main dude that is going to be helping Kanye continue his run, because he is apparently still all the way in it. And as part of that transition, Nick Fuentes, that horrible, disgusting little guy, has been fired from the campaign, along with the former treasurer of the campaign. And now that treasurer is sending letters to the FEC and elsewhere saying that Milo is engaged in fraud. And there's all kinds of drama attached to that campaign. It's not going well at all. So it is still happening.
Really nice start.
Right.
You know, lots and lots of drama. It's swirling around Kanye. Surprise! Yeah.
Right. Who thought that this would be like a smoothly run campaign? Anybody?
Yeah.
Anyone? Did anybody think that?
He's not gonna win. It's not gonna
No,
happen.
and I don't even know how. Like, I don't even know what party he's running.
I was gonna ask,
under.
is he running as a Republican? I'm assuming
I
he's
have
running as
no
a
idea.
Republican, maybe. I mean, I shouldn't assume that. Maybe he'll run as a libertarian. I don't know.
Just an independent something or other.
Maybe he's a Democrat. I don't know. I have no idea.
Who knows?
What is he?
That's how well organized his campaign is, and we don't even know.
We don't know. We don't know.
I am delighted to report that a lilac tree that I had ordered from fastgrowingtrees.com last year. And I don't remember when I ordered it, but I ordered it when it was still plantable, obviously. I feel like it was fall-ish that I planted the lilac tree.
It's alive.
And it's alive. And so I know, I cannot believe this. So you guys, so now that spring is like, or it's actually summer now, but now that warm weather is officially here,
yeah,
I was worried about it because I planted it and it was fine. But then winter came and I thought, I don't know. I just don't know what it's supposed to look like. It would just look like a stick in the ground. Right. And I was really worried that it was never going to come back, but it is full of leaves. And I don't know if we'll still be in Indiana by the time it flowers, but whoever moves into this house after me is going to have the most gorgeous lilac tree, thanks to fastgrowingtrees.com. I know. I'm so excited. I just love that it's alive and kicking. And that is the thing. Fast Growing Trees made it so easy because they send you, when you order something from them, they send everything to you so well packaged and so ready to plant with very specific instructions for people like me who do not have a green thumb at all. And I literally just took it out of the packaging and I followed the instructions. I dug the right, size hole for this particular root. I put it in there, watered it, and it is thriving. And I don't know anything about any kind of plants at all whatsoever at all. And I can do this. You can do this. If you want landscaping, if you want either indoor or outdoor trees, the best place with the biggest variety, 1.5 million people get their plants from fastgrowingtrees.com. It is amazing. And so they make it so easy on their website. Every last part of their website is super easy to understand. They're even going to help you figure out, based on where you live, what is the best kind of plant or bush or tree that would make sense for your house, either indoors or out. So go to fastgrowingtrees.com/chicks. You can save 15% off of your entire order. And again, that's fastgrowingtrees.com/chicks. Check them out. You're going to love them. You're going to love them.
Shelly,
I'm just so happy.
Shelly gave us something.
Shelly. She says, bring in all the clowns. I think she's referring to Border Patrol.
Yeah. Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so we need to get back to this whole Jordan Neely hullabaloo, because the protests in New York City are out of control, as we knew that they probably would be. I'm actually relieved, and I should knock wood when I say this, but so far they seem to be just there. They haven't spread to the rest of the country like the George Floyd protests, although I think that that's exactly what New York City protesters want. Mm-hmm. They want Jordan Neely to be the next George Floyd. And their behavior is so off the charts insane that we have to show you a little bit of what's going on. And you guys, in this first clip, there's a person in the face of a black cop saying, "Your officers take black lives," over and over and over again. And I want you guys' help figuring out if this is a man, if this is a woman. I don't know.
Animal, vegetable, what is it? We don't know. What is this?
I thought at first that it was a woman who was pregnant, but then I thought maybe this is just a dude with a huge beer belly. No, I don't know.
I think it's just a big person. I think it's just an oversized person. I don't think it's a pregnant person.
Okay, well, it's very.
But you guys can weigh in. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, you guys let us know what you think about this particular person.
Why your officers take black lives? Why your officers take black lives? Your officers are taking black lives. Your officers are taking black lives.
I think the tiger got a hold of her shirt.
Your officers took black lives.
Those look like real boobs.
Really? Yeah, I can get on board with that. Either that or it could be moves. Like sometimes I've seen some moves that look like that. Some men boobs. Pamela thinks it's a dude. Somebody said that Gutfeld called her an ugly green gummy bear. Which I think is hysterical. I mean, that's mean to gummy bears, though. I mean, it's really mean because I love gummy bears.
Oh my God.
Did you guys know that Mock cannot travel without gummy bears? Did you guys know that?
That is a true factoid about me.
Fun fact about Mock. She cannot get on a plane without gummy bears.
And they have to be the Haribo. It's got to be, I have to have a bag of Haribo gummy bears with me on every flight. I cannot fly without them.
No, she can't. She can't get on a plane without them. She's such a diva. Speaking of gummy bears. But yes, I don't know what that individual is. But either way, that individual is obnoxious. And that person, that cop on the receiving end of the verbal beating showed so much restraint that I would never have. And this is why people don't want to be cops anymore. This is precisely why. Why would you take that job and make crap money and then just get verbally abused like that? Why? I mean, when you're going in there and you're wanting to protect a gummy bear like her. And then that's all you want to do. Yeah, just a big green potato like her. And then she just beats you up verbally. I mean, what a jerk this person is.
I know. And then, all these idiots tried to delay the trains from running smoothly. And it didn't matter that they were yelled at by other Black people trying to get to work. This is how dumb these idiots are. I mean, look at these people. They're just so ridiculous. They could have been electrocuted getting on the tracks like this. But this is the level of insanity that we're dealing with at this point. I mean, what a bunch of morons.
Yeah, you know what? If somebody would have gotten electrocuted, they would have sued.
Right.
They would have.
And then there would have been more protests. How dare the NYC subway system electrocute this person?
Electrocute me. Yeah.
God. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And to your point about the cops, there's another clip you're about to see, too, of a cop whose leg got broken in protests yesterday in the city. And if you listen to what they're screaming at him in the background as he gets loaded.
They're screaming, "I hope you die. I hope you die. I hope you die." That's what they're screaming. Thank you.
Imagine. I mean,
imagine being that cop.
Well, he's
unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. This is where we are now. I mean, honestly, I still go back. I go back to Obama. That's where it all started, you guys. That's where all of this garbage started.
Yep.
Is seriously. I mean, you can go back, you can trace all this back to the beginning of all of this and all of this race stuff. And it all started with Obama.
Yeah. It absolutely did. And so on the 5 last night, because I don't know, there was also, I don't have this particular video, but you probably all have seen it. It was absolutely everywhere yesterday that after the chokehold that Marine had used on Jordan Neely, after the chokehold, there's new video that has shown that Jordan Neely was still moving and breathing after that. And they put him in recovery position. And so that video obviously doesn't suit the narrative of the mainstream media. And so they were talking about this on the 5 yesterday, a little bit about that. What I love about this clip too, is that it shows what ends up happening to that, what did you call it? The gummy bear, the green gummy bear.
Green gummy.
They have the pictures kind of flashing behind them of her or him or whatever that is. Mm-hmm. Also, you see what happens to that person.
He was placed in the recovery position by somebody who was looking out for him, which was the guy that had put him into restraint, along with 2 other men. One of them wasn't white. So I don't know where you get your racist, I don't know, assumption there. But it's easy because these people are idiots. These people don't work. They have the time to interfere with other people's jobs. These people have nothing to do. And this story is such a good story because it reveals that the variables don't matter to them. They want to make this into another George Floyd. But this guy actually attacks people and was a danger to himself and a danger to others. We can talk, by the way, we can talk about this and no one can counter us because we've been talking about mental health on this show while the rest of those jackasses that you're looking at right there ignored the problems on the street. Everybody here talked about it. We talked about it passionately. We wanted something done. We pleaded with de Blasio. We pleaded with anybody to please help us. We can see the city. So when these people talk about compassion, they're all full of crap. And I said this, I don't know, a couple of days ago. Once you become a danger to others, then you become a danger to yourself. Unless you're on a subway with those cowards, then you can get away with murder because these people wouldn't lift a finger to help you. This is what I am surprised. Like hell, if I was still a journalist, my headline in USA Today, I think, was "Beloved Street Performer." I would have said, "Heroes protect horrified strap hangers," because that's what happened.
I noticed.
He's 100% correct. 150%
Beloved
correct.
street performer is how USA Today did how they referred to Jordan Neely.
I mean,
You know,
isn't
he
it
tried to
crazy?
kidnap a 7-year-old girl. That's one of his arrests, is attempted kidnapping of a 7-year-old girl,
Yeah.
in addition to punching a 67-year-old woman in the face.
Yeah,
These are just one of many. These are several, 44 times this guy had been arrested.
Yep.
And we're acting like he's a beloved street performer.
I'm not
Oh my
acting.
God.
Yeah, I'm not acting like that. But of course, our mainstream media is acting like that. This is what they do. They craft narratives.
Yeah.
This is why I trust none of them. I trust none. This is why I trust none. Listen, same thing. I'll make I mean, I know it's a crazy correlation, but same thing goes with the Nashville shooter, right? I mean, the way that they craft the narrative with the Nashville shooter, with Audrey, what's her name? You know,
Hey,
I mean,
yeah.
they made her out to be some saint. She was seriously. It's like, release the manifesto. Let's talk about. It's been 6 freaking weeks. We've heard nothing about that. It's been crickets. Let's see how much of a good person she was. Let's see, because they don't want us to see that.
No.
They're hiding crap from us. It's like, this is the thing. They want to craft narratives everywhere they can craft narratives. And they're crafting a narrative here, and they've crafted narratives all over the place. I trust none of them. None of
AOC
them.
actually has been one of the lead instigators in this whole narrative crafting
Totally.
thing. She's been awful from the get-go. And I love the way that Gutfeld calls her out in this next clip.
Can't breathe. He's singing like Pavarotti, for Christ's sakes. But any dumb situation can only be dumber when you add an AOC tweet, quote, "Despite what Fox News wants you to believe, being afraid of an unarmed person is not a reason to kill them." Ashley Babbitt, maybe? "We should never accept a society where such rationale becomes normal, especially when powerful incentives exist in politics and media to keep people afraid of each other." So this is from a woman who swears she was murdered on January 6th.
Right.
Sorry, the only person that did die was an unarmed woman killed by a
Exactly.
cop paid to protect AOC. But hey, AOC, who would you rather share a subway car anyway with? An unhinged, violent menace with a history of sordid crimes, or a young ex-Marine taught to step up when others won't?
Yes.
We know the answer. You'd lie. Keep in mind, there were others who helped restrain the guy, and it seems one of them was dark-skinned. But in AOC's pea-sized brain, several men of different races, complete strangers, decided, hey, why not? This will be fun. Let's gang up on a homeless man who was minding his own business. But if you believe gas stoves are destroying the world, you'll believe anything. Still, it's easy for AOC to tweet about stuff she doesn't understand. She's got security and a Tesla with ample legroom.
It's true. Yeah. And speaking of January 6th, if you listen to the mainstream media and you listen to all these other yahoos like the AOCs, they're going to tell you that it wasn't Ashley that died that day. It was 5 people.
Yeah. Cops.
This is right.
Yeah.
That's what they'll tell you. And you ask any liberal, and that's what they'll tell you, because that's what the narrative was. It's insane, you guys. It's like bizarro world. Like, they live in a whole different world because they listen to those narratives. And then there are people on our side that's like, wait a second, but that's not what happened. That's not what actually happened.
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah. So this is why critical thinking is so important. You have to question everything.
Question everything. That's exactly right. But you do not have to question how powerful and awesome the Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifiers are. You don't have to question that.
No.
That is fact, you guys. Yes. So this little handy thing that you plug into the wall, which got the little plug right here. This little thing can clear out nasty, disgusting odors in a room like in 10 minutes flat. I don't know. I don't understand the magic. I'm never going to understand the magic. I can just tell you, I can vouch for someone who is the mother of a very stinky lacrosse player. He's not stinky when he's not playing
someone
lacrosse.
Who has a brand new puppy.
There you go. Or if you have cats, I mean, you know you got some stank if you've got some cats in your house. Okay. And then if you have stinkies in your car, there's a USB thing right there on the side. If you've got like a USB port in your car, you can actually use these in your car to get rid of stinky smells in your car. They work really, really quickly and really, really effectively. And you need them in every room. I mean, I'm just telling you, and this makes it so easy at EdenPureDeals.com, because if you use code CHICKS there, you get $200 off of a 3-pack, and you will use all 3, because I know you got stank all over your house. No offense, but it happens, right? You know, you make fish sometimes, or like you cook eggs or something. So I'm just saying they come in very handy no matter what the issue is, no matter what the odor is that you're trying to get rid of, or if you just want to sort of freshen the space that you're happening to be in. EdenPureDeals.com. Make sure to use code CHICKS and you're going to get that huge discount off of the 3-pack. They've sold over 350,000 of these things with good reason.
Mark says that his dog does a lot of crop dusting. That's hysterical.
Perfect. Oh my gosh.
And I feel your pain.
I got a couple of clips to share of Biden. One from that Stephanie Rule interview. We played a clip or two from yesterday. One from yesterday when he's actually making a huge announcement about how he's cracking down on all of those airlines. And he's going to make sure that if an airline delays or cancels your flight, you're going to get all kinds of reimbursements. And he wanted to announce a website that the U.S. government has set up. His administration has set up a website just for this purpose, where you can go and claim your refunds, but he can't say the name of the website. No, he has no idea how to say it.
He can't read, you guys. Expect him to read.
Can't expect that. But the reason I wanted to play this clip from the Stephanie Rule interview is because of that thing that he does that, for some reason, this just made it stand out to me, because he does it all the time, where he'll be in mid-sentence answering a question, and then he'll realize about midway through that he sounds like a complete moron, and he'll just go, anyway. You know how he does that? Like you can't do that when you're the president of the United States. You can't just stop. You can't cut off your own sentences by saying anyway and expect that the rest of the world is going to be like filling in the blanks for you. That's not how you talk.
You can do that in front of Democrats. Forgive you for that.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. They think it's endearing. They love it.
So here is the clip, and specifically, she's asking him about the polling that is not going well for him. So he's trying to make some excuses for that. Here it is.
Polling is where it is.
Well, I don't think people, by the way, every major one who won re-election, their polling numbers were minor now.
Put polling aside then, right? Sentiment in this country, despite all these wins, is not very good.
I think all they've heard is negative news for 3 years. Everything is negative. I'm not being critical of the press, but you turn on the television, the only way you're going to get a hit is if there's something negative. You don't. Anyway, first.
But see, you've caused all the negativity because you've destroyed the country. You've done that. So, yeah.
The reason there is negative news is because you suck.
Because everything you touch turns to crap. That's why. Good Lord.
So here he is yesterday, holding airlines accountable and trying and failing to name the website.
We just launched a new website, flightsright.gov. Flightsright.gov.
No, it's not it.
No. It's Flight Rights.
No, you got the
Flights
S
Right.
The S is in the wrong place. Grandpa.
Can you just stop visiting angels? America's choice and home care.
Crystal said, "Don't jump." Don't do it, Joe.
Also, this is unrelated to any of these things, but there's another clip of Biden that somebody put together this amazing montage. Do you guys remember? Biden continues to say that he continues to lie about and mischaracterize Trump's fine people on both sides quote.
And it's not just Biden. Liberals will do it. I mean, there are people on the left that you will hear that will still talk about that to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they will talk
and
about
I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you play what Trump actually said; they'll continue with the lie.
Like that. But that was the nexus of his racism, right?
Oh yeah,
that was like where it all began. Yeah, it was just bullcrap. Mm-hmm.
It is. It's utter bullcrap. But what I didn't realize was how often Joe Biden talked about bulging veins in relation to that whole hullabaloo.
So great.
And so somebody put together this fantastic montage, which really features and spotlights the bulging veins. Check this out.
Close your eyes. Remember what you saw on television. Remember seeing those neo-Nazis and Klansmen and white supremacists coming out of fields with lighted torches. And remember what the president said when asked?
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
Their veins bulging.
He said specifically that he was condemning them.
He did not. He said he walked out and he said, let's get this straight. The veins bulging on their as they were screaming. Remember, just close your...
Oh my God. It's just the greatest thing ever. It's bulging, you guys.
So
the veins are they're bulging. Something's bulging.
I'm very uncomfortable by all of those bulging veins.
We're all uncomfortable. Every one of us.
Very, very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was a clip of Trump floating around yesterday, a little flashback from an appearance of his on the Letterman show. You remember back when like Letterman and other people talked to him and liked him
and liked him
nice
and were friends with him. Yeah. And they didn't demonize him. Remember? You guys remember? Yeah.
Anyway, I love this clip because there's one thing that Trump has been over the past decades, and that is consistent about wanting America first, especially as it relates to the money that we give to foreign countries. It seems like just for existing, that we basically owe every other foreign country a check because they exist in the world and we're apparently responsible for them. And that's one of the things that I appreciated about Trump's presidency, probably more than anything else, is his commitment to making NATO partners pony up and his commitment to always putting America first. And this is just a reminder that he has been very, very consistent from the time he was a young man talking about these issues. And it's something that I super appreciate. Check this out.
And what about are people trying to draft you to run for president up in New Hampshire?
Well, I guess a lot of people want to see this country. It's a shame what's happening. Japan, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, everybody's taking advantage of the United States. People know that if certain people are running a country, that it won't happen. I mean, when you look at Japan not paying for the defense, we're defending Japan. We're losing billions and billions of dollars. We're fighting for AIDS help and for farmers and for this and that. And it's a shame. And the Japanese folks, who I respect greatly, but they're not treating us fairly. They're really not treating us fairly. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, they're not paying us anything for the services we're rendering, and I think it's a disgrace. And I think people look at certain people, and maybe me, if I were in a position, this country, believe me, would not be ripped off like it is, and it is just being ripped off so badly by our so-called allies.
Yeah. So that's a pretty strong statement. So now, are you saying? I
don't think it's strong. I think it's fair. And by the way, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese. I do a lot of business with the Japanese, and they smile about it too. They know it. The country is losing billions and billions of dollars to Japan, and we can't afford to lose, and it's a shame.
But so now, are you saying this by way of indicating that you could do it better, and you do intend to run for president at some point?
No, I'm not going to run for president, but I think somebody...
Now, in 8 years, if you came back, would you have a different answer? In 4 years,
I tend to doubt it. I really tend to doubt it. But I just think that there are so many ways that this country can straighten itself out, and we're not going about those ways. Cutting farm aid is not the appropriate thing. Cutting help for the homeless and help for the poor and welfare... Certain things can be done that really will mean big dollars to this country, and those things are not being done right now.
Yeah, like giving money for Ukrainian pensions.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need to be given that to, I mean, there's so much money that we give to other countries. He is 150% correct.
And always has been about
right,
that. Always.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. God, just seeing clips like that, you just go, God, it was so, I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that David Letterman didn't hate him.
Right.
You know, it's so interesting how now, you know, when he put an R after his name, all of these jackasses all of a sudden were like, oh my God, he's a racist.
Right.
No, he's not. You dip crap. He's not a racist. Like, and then that is what made his life a living hell. And it's what made his presidency a living hell. And it made it 1,000 times worse for him. He got so much done during his presidency. If those people would have just gotten out of his way, he would have gotten even twice as much done. I'm convinced of it. And I know that other people are too. If they just would have shut up. Am I wrong? Seriously. they all, you're right. They all loved him until he put an R after his name.
For sure.
Good Lord.
For sure. Yesterday, banner day for KJP in her press conference. Of course, right now there's all of this talk about the debt ceiling and it needing to be raised because we are not responsible debt payers. I mean, I know they keep saying that the United States has to raise the debt ceiling because we're not deadbeats. We pay our bills. Well, that's not how bills actually work. And that's the problem that the Republicans have. I know Speaker McCarthy and Biden are going to talk about this, but KJP continues to say there will be no negotiation, which is complete and utter crap. And what I thought was so funny about this first clip of her is the number of times that she talks about being clear. You know how she always says, let me be very clear. We have been very clear. The president is very clear. He has been very clear. It's clearly.
He's actually the farthest thing from being clear.
So unclear.
He's never clear. I mean, you saw him read that website. He's not clear.
He's not clear. And then he's just like, anyway.
Yeah.
So this first clip of her is talking about their refusal essentially to negotiate, that it's Congress needs to do its job, but just somebody needs to count how many times she talks about clarity and clearness and being clear. Check this out.
Very clear. Look,
what is her hair?
There shouldn't be negotiations on the debt limit. This is something that they should get to regular order and get to work on. We should not have House Republicans manufacturing a crisis on something that has been done 78 times since 1960. This is their constitutional duty. Congress must act. That's what the president's going to make very clear with the leaders tomorrow. Congress must avoid default without conditions. Without conditions. The president's going to be as clear as he's been these last several months, as clear as I've been, as clear as other administration has been, members of the administration has been, which is they need to do their job. They need to get this done on behalf of the American people and do their jobs.
And does he think that he can successfully convince Kevin McCarthy to change his position in this meeting?
Well, they're going to have a conversation. The president's going to make himself very clear, as he's done for several months now, since almost the beginning of this year.
Oh, God,
and
this woman.
He's going to be really clear about it.
Yeah, he's going to be really super clear. Also, didn't they used to say that the border was a manufactured crisis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now the debt thing is a manufactured. It's always a manufactured crisis until it's an actual crisis. You know? God, this woman is useless.
Oh my gosh. The word 7 clears. People are counting 7 clears. That's
seven
clears.
It's not clear
But
at
this
all.
next clip of her really, really takes the cake because she wants to lecture us, you guys, about paying bills.
The best. This is the best, you guys. I hope you're sitting down, all of you.
Oh my gosh. It's just the hypocrisy. Oh my gosh.
If you buy a car, you are expected to pay the monthly payments. If you buy a home, you are expected to pay the mortgage every month. That is the expectation. That is the spending that you put forth or spending that you may have done before, and now you're paying it every month. If you do not pay your car payment, if you do not pay your mortgage payment, then your credit is going to be bad.
Oh my God.
It's going to hurt your credit. So let's look at Congress for a second. This is spending that they've already done. They've already spent. Let's not forget the $2 trillion Trump tax cuts that they were willing and happy to vote for.
Wait a minute.
All
Wait
right.
a minute.
Okay, listen, Sideshow Bob. Now do school loans. Seriously, let's do those. Can we just do those next? And then everything else that you guys think that you're not supposed to pay. Seriously.
She's trying to say right there, though, that somehow Republicans with the Trump tax cuts were not paying their bills, as if the Trump tax cuts were paid for by the government. The Trump tax cuts just let us keep more of our money. It prevented more of our money from getting to the government for them to overspend it. And she's trying to act like, oh my God.
Also, does she understand that the government is us?
Right.
We're the government.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm
like,
going to keep going because I just cannot believe how dumb she is.
She's dumb.
So we're telling them or saying to them, do your job. Pay for something that you've already spent on.
Oh my God.
That's it. This is spending that has already occurred. They need to do the right thing that has been done 78 times since 1960. It's that simple. It is very, very simple. It is the right thing to do. It is their constitutional duty. It is not complicated at all.
Why didn't anybody ask her about student loans then? Why doesn't anyone push back?
Because it's all Democrats. But she is up on us on a podium lecturing us on paying bills. I can't believe this is even happening. Like, we're living in bizarro world. She's lecturing us on actually like paying our bills responsibly. That's what's happening. We're $30 trillion in debt, you guys.
Wouldn't it have been amazing if somebody had said, well, how is the government, how are students not responsible for paying on their loans? Mm-hmm. How would she have answered that question?
I don't know.
In that context.
Like, where was Ducey when we needed him? Where was he? Where was he? You guys.
I know, it's nuts. Now I know RFK Jr. was on with Hannity last night, and I didn't use one of his clips for the show. I do have another clip of RFK to share with you, just because he's speaking some serious truth about media censorship. But I did watch a couple of clips of him on Hannity. One where Hannity was pestering him about whether or not he uses private jets because he's an environmentalist. So there was some back and forth about that. And RFK Jr. essentially said, listen, I don't regularly use private jets, but I'm not the kind of environmentalist that cares if someone else uses a private jet. I care about pollution and things like that. It doesn't sound like he's one of the true climate.
He's not John Kerry. He's not John Kerry.
Right.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons, I got to be honest, that I didn't pull the Hannity clips is because, you guys, his voice, it's going to be such a detriment to his entire campaign, because I can't listen to him for long periods of time. I can't do it. It just hurts me to listen to his voice. It sounds so painful for him to talk. And I can't, it's unlistenable. But there's this clip that I did want to share of him where it's not quite as awful as it was on Hannity, talking about media censorship, because there's a reason he's polling at 20% among Democrats. He has a lot of good common sense thoughts and policies. Here he is about censorship.
Never been a time in history when the good guys were the people who were censoring books and censoring information. And throughout COVID, the media took on this responsibility of basically lying to the public about public health issues in order to get them to follow a certain policy, which the media believed in, apparently, which were lockdowns, masks, the forced vaccination, et cetera. And now it's clear that those policies were not beneficial to public health. But I think the media got into this posture of censorship, and it's hard for them to relinquish it.
Dude, he's got guns. Did you see his arms?
Jacked. I know.
God, when it comes to health, I mean, I'll listen to that guy, because dang, he's got a gun show going on.
There is maybe that will help, like, just kind of distract people from the voice.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking at his face either, but like, okay, so this is a little off subject, because I know he was talking about like the COVID stuff, but I saw something the other day about him where, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if this is just a rumor or whatever, but he said something about how he believes that the CIA actually offed his uncle. Like
he was
believed
talking
that.
about that on Hannity last night too.
Was it Hannity? So he did confirm that, because I didn't watch the segment. So he did confirm that on Hannity. He believes that.
I didn't listen to that whole segment either, but he was, I know that they were having that conversation. So if people are interested in hearing that, that's where it was.
So I find his stance on, if that is true, I find his stance on government to be very interesting and kind of conservative leaning. That's what is so interesting to me. Like he's not a liberal to me. That's what's so strange. Like I almost feel like he's not your run-of-the-mill liberal left-leaning guy, because liberals these days are statists. And so he is not your true statist. He's not like a guy that is I want the government to run my life. He's not that guy. So I'm just shocked that I'm shocked he's not like a libertarian or something. I really am, because his stances, his views they're not liberal, you guys. They're just
I think he's more, he's in the Bill Maher sort of classical liberal category.
It's weird because he's not a Democrat. He is not what today's Democrat stands for. He's just not. And so it's just weird to me. It's weird that he is running on the Democrat ticket. And it's weird that he's actually getting support from Democrats, because he is not. Yeah, he's a classic liberal. He's a classic liberal.
He's not a woke progressive guy, but he is a liberal.
But classic liberals are no longer what the Democrat Party stands for. So this is a very strange time in politics, because he is not what Democrats are about these days. It's just weird to me. I'm just
which is extra weird considering he's married to a Hollywood,
Cheryl
star or whatever. Cheryl Hines.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know I have no idea what she stands for. I'm assuming she just likes his gun show, you know? You know what I mean? It's like, but he's different. He's very different.
He's very different. And people keep writing him off. Like on some of these news stations, the way that they are so dismissive of him is super irritating, considering that without a whole lot of press help, he is polling quite well. So I don't know. I think he's
a sleeper, man.
He is one of those dark horses, and I just don't think people should count him out at all. And honestly, like to your point yesterday, if a Democrat wins the presidential election, and if it's him, I won't be nearly as terrified as I am with the second Biden or, God forbid, Kamala term.
No. I mean, I'm not going to be delighted about it, but I mean, he also will give whoever our candidate is a definite run for their money. So we need to be concerned about that on our side, because he's a viable candidate.
Yeah, absolutely. He is. Absolutely. I mean, I heard Greg Gutfeld say that he could maybe vote for him. He could be, it could be very interesting how that all.
Very interesting.
But if the DNC is like, we're not having a primary, I mean, that's what they were saying yesterday, that Simone Sanders showed. The DNC will not primary. There will not be an official primary. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that like people would have to write him in on a ballot? I don't know how that would work, but it could be really, that could be something.
Yeah. I just think it's really freaking weird that he's running as a Democrat, because his viewpoints, some of them they are not liberal.
Yeah.
They're just not. Anyway.
It's going to be such an interesting 2 years, you guys.
Very
going to be out of control. Yeah. There's one mayor, or almost soon to be former mayor of Chicago, who is speaking to Al Sharpton. Beetlejuice wants you to know that the reason that she was not reelected is because of the right-wing forces who just don't like people like her, which I can only assume means that she thinks people don't like black female lesbians
who look like Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, black lesbian mayors.
It just can never be about their actual job performance, can it?
No,
can't
never.
Possibly be about that. Here she is bitching to Al.
Mm-hmm. Look, there's no question, Reverend Al, that there are some people in Chicago and across the country that don't want mayors like me to succeed. There's a reason why in 2020, part of Trump's national strategy was to go after cities and mayors like me by name, by city. Not just me, but also Keisha Lance Bottoms in Atlanta, Muriel Bowser, in Washington, D.C. And when the person with the biggest megaphone and biggest stage attacks you in a way that Trump attacked us, it unleashes a set of forces that are hard to control. Those dog whistles that were blown in 2020 are still resonating today. And it was fed by the uncertainty and the anger, and then funded by right-wing forces that wanted to take down a big city mayor. Unfortunately, the people who were jumping on the bandwagon of a Republican posing like a Democrat now got a Democratic socialist as their mayor.
I mean, she's not wrong about that part.
She's not wrong about that part. But it's like we've raised our girls to be the exact opposite of her. Like, take responsibility for what you do and who you are. And if you do a crap job, that's on you, man. It has nothing to do with the fact that you have lady parts. Like, get out there and do a good job. And if you do a crap job, you better not blame it on the fact that you're a woman. Like, because that just makes all of us look weak. She makes all females look weak. I hate that crap when women get up there and they're just like, well, I mean, I did a really bad job, and it's because of the forces. It's because of the forces. I'm a woman, and they're like being mean to me because I'm a girl. It's like, you make all of us you set us back 50 years. You stupid, you know what? Like, I hate that. Don't you hate that, women? Don't you hate it when they do that crap? It's like, if it's not your lady parts and it's your skin color, it's like, quit blaming it on that and blame it on the fact that you are just inept at your job. That's what it is. Like, take some responsibility, for crying out loud, you wuss.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you very much for that super sticker. Appreciate it. You guys, you know that in California and in now New York, the gas stoves are set to be banned in new construction, new homes. I think in New York, it was 2026 or even earlier, maybe 2025.
I thought it was 2025. Yeah,
that might be right. So like, gas stoves are on their way out, definitely in those two states. But if you listen to the mainstream media, and particularly the MSNBCs of the world, when conservatives were like, wait a minute, that's bad. We're not okay with you taking our gas stoves. This is crazy. When we raise the alarm about that, then they gaslight us. No pun intended. They try to gaslight us into making us feel like we're crazy for ever thinking that anybody's coming after our gas stoves, right? So someone has put together a very nice montage of to remind everyone how crazy they want us to feel for knowing the truth. Check this out.
Think that the U.S. government is coming for your gas stove. That is a new and absolutely ridiculous one.
Turns out Fox News and Republicans are up in arms because they say the government is coming to take your stoves.
What Republicans are saying is, damn it, they're going to take your gas stove.
The GOP have been stoking a ridiculous new freakout about gas stoves. No one is taking your gas stove.
The right-wing freakout over the use of gas stoves is merely the latest in a long series of made-up culture war battles designed to enrage and rile up their right-wing and paranoid base.
Republicans are prone to conspiracy theories, whether it's, the kooky, like JFK Jr. is coming back from the dead to run with Trump, or the sort of duplicitous, like this administration's coming to take away your gas stoves.
Republicans have turned a government warning about your health into a lie about Democrats trying to take your stoves.
You get some bureaucrat saying something that has no power, and then suddenly you have Ron DeSantis. I'm going to protect your gas. Everybody's going to be talking about gas stoves, It's so stupid. People were tweeting at me this weekend that Ron DeSantis is going to protect my gas stove. But I don't seem to be. What
the heck?
The sheer stupidity of it. And if it were.
I mean, it goes on and on and on
Chuck
and
Schumer,
on.
Yeah, Chuck Schumer tweeted about it. I mean, it's like all of them. There's so many tweets about this that you can't delete them. Tweets live forever, right?
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of politicians that tweeted about it too, that people are just like, you care to respond to this tweet, you schmuck? Yeah. So, I mean, it's coming. This is I love Mika. I love how Mika, she just basically sits there and she's like, I love you, Joe. I love you, Joe. I love you. Play me some more music. I love you. You're so
And did you hear that they're going to depower dishwashers now too?
Yes.
Because they want to make the water less Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And so now there's going to be another montage of people saying, oh, conservatives are just, crazy. They're just freaking out about lower powered dishwashers for no reason. There is a reason. We're going to have
to see Essie Cup with her hair pulled back. So she's just like, her face is so tight. And we're going to see her like patronizing all of us. Shut up.
She seems like an extraordinarily miserable human right now.
Oh, God. But she's best friends with Meghan McCain.
My point.
They're BFFs, you guys. They got Joe Biden elected. But Meghan McCain's a conservative.
Oh, my God.
I cannot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Also, if you thought that we were out of isms, if we've got the racism, we've got the sexism, we've got so many isms and obics and phobes and all of that. There's a new one, you guys, and you need to be aware of it because teachers are talking about it like this one.
Childism. This term hasn't trended yet, and people aren't talking about this. I think it's totally valid. Childism is the idea of, sexism, racism, discrimination against your sex, discrimination against your race. Well, childism is discrimination because you're a child. Like, for example, if a student were to come up to me and say, hey, Desi, I'm non-binary, can you call me they? And I told that student, oh, honey, you're way too young to know your gender identity. This would not only be transphobic, this would also be considered childism. Not only am I not respecting their pronouns, I would also be discriminating against them because of their age. I'm saying they are too young to know what their gender identity is. But you could do this in other ways too. If you don't respect children's opinions, which are completely valid, that's a form of childism. Well, enough credit, because it happens all the time. Just like ageism is a thing, we are discriminating against old people, childism is a thing too. Children need more of a voice in my opinion. So I'm a teacher. This helps.
That person's a teacher.
Right.
Oh my God. God help. And her name, its name, was it a boy? Was it a man, a woman? What was that?
That
individual's name was Jebra. What the hell is a Jebra? What is that? Do we know?
No, that's just the satirist who tweeted it, but that's not the name of the teacher. The teacher's name was Desi.
Desi. Okay. Desi usually wasn't Desi a boy? Is that a man? Is it? I don't know. Desi Arnaz Jr. That's the only thing I remember, like back in the I Love Lucy days.
I don't know. No, Jebra Fouché is a parody account. Oh, and so, and she actually, or he, I don't even know who runs the account, but I love that account on Twitter because they always find the crazies.
Okay.
It's kind of like Libs of TikTok, only like a little different. Uh-oh. You've muted. It takes a second to come back.
Okay.
There it
all
is.
right. Why are teachers so crazy now? Why are we seeing so much of that? And it's all okay. I should restate that. Why are teachers under the age of 30 so crazy now? Under the age of 30, 35. They're all crazy. Is it because like they're just churning out, like our universities are churning out the nut jobs? Is that what it is? They're indoctrinating these kids.
We've got like a serious there's way too many administrators who believe in all of this trans ideology, and they're looking for the blue hairs, man. They're like, if you've got piercings and blue hair, we want you teaching kids.
Yeah.
Because we know we know you're with us.
Yeah, because my whack today, I almost used a girl who, she probably is about 26 years old, purple hair, teacher in Southern Illinois, and it was all about Pride Week. I mean, it's like, which has no place in a school.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was all about fundraising for that. And I thought, this is just nuts. Like that's what their focus is instead of actual subjects. And I don't understand. This is what they think normal is. And you can't dispute it because a whole generation of teachers, this is what they're doing now.
Right. It's all they focus on. All they focus on. And so now what's the latest stat? There's like 13% of kids have any sense of history. So they're flunking history. There's like we already heard about math and reading scores being so bad after COVID. Well, now it's history too. Like kids aren't learning anything because they're so focused on this absolute nonsense.
Morgan.
Yeah. Listen, you should become a teacher. You're the one blue-haired person that should become a teacher.
Exactly. Get in there, Morgan.
Get in there. All right. It is time for your whack. And I actually prefer the whack that you chose.
Yeah, I do too. Okay. So my whack today, I wanted to do something that had nothing to do with transgenderism because I'm a little transgendered out. But this was a woman, 42-year-old woman. She bought her first home. So she saved, she scrimped, she saved. She was all excited. She buys this home. It's in Colorado. She gets in there and she noticed that her walls felt warm. Okay, like
Oh my
and she
God.
saw a little hole, like in one, a little hole. You guys, snakes all in her walls. Like,
So many snakes.
okay,
Oh my God.
the only solution for this is to burn your house down.
That
That's
you, yeah,
it.
you
That's
gotta
the
move.
only. That's it. It's the only solution. I
You
feel
can't
so bad.
stay.
I feel terrible for this woman because she's like, she has spent thousands of dollars trying to like remove the snakes. And can you imagine you buy this house and then the previous owners or the realtor who like helped sell it or whatever, we had no idea. We didn't know there were snakes in the walls. We didn't know. And this woman had saved forever to buy this house. And she's all excited. She said that if she feels something on her foot, like in the middle of the night, she's just like, whoa.
Oh my, I don't know how she's sleeping in that house at all.
She can't sleep. I mean, she's just like distraught. I would be freaking out. I would never be able to live in the house. I couldn't.
There's no way.
Because I think that they still haven't gotten, like, I guess there was a den of snakes living under, and then it was like they're all in the walls. You don't know that you've gotten rid of all the snakes. I mean, I just would not be able to live there. I would, and then you don't. People are saying you should sell it, but then people don't want to buy it because they know that there's snakes in the house. I would not be able to.
Why, Morgan? Why should she have called you?
Because she's a realtor. She's a realtor.
Oh,
Morgan,
I was like, is Morgan also like a snake charmer, and we don't even know? The limits to this woman's talent.
Know, right? Morgan would be able to, she'd probably be able to sell it though. If anybody could do it, it'd be Morgan, But this is the thing. I would be freaking, I would burn it to the ground.
Yeah, there's no way I could imagine. She says that her and the kids are afraid to even go to the bathroom because you don't know if snakes are going to come out of the toilet. You don't know where they're going to come out.
It's completely whack, you guys.
So,
snakes freak me out. That's where I draw the line. The snakes, right? Completely gross.
No.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was my whack, you guys. Always check for snakes before you buy a house. Before you buy a house, make sure you're looking for snakes. Okay.
Feel the walls. Make sure they're not warm.
Right.
Because damn, I didn't know that was a thing to look out for, but now I do. I'm going to feel every wall of every house.
Feel the walls.
All right, it is time for some MyPillow talks. You guys, if you haven't tried the MyPillow 2.0, you know it's buy one, get one, right? Like you should go to mypillow.com/chicks right now. Get yourself a pillow. They're going to send you another one for free when you use code CHICKS. And the MyPillow 2.0 version is awesome sauce. You should try it. Okay, I wanted to start with this dog that clearly does not realize that his owner is still home. And so he's mad and he's going to howl because he's upset that the owner is gone. The owner's not gone. And when the dog realizes it, it's the face. The face is what absolutely slays me.
He's like, oh, you're home. Oh, hey, how you doing?
I love that so much.
So cute.
Also, I love raccoons, and so does the drive-through crew at this particular Dunkin' Donuts.
What in the world? My dude. He wants some Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh my god.
Go hit him. Go hit him. What is he doing? Are they going to give him a donut? Are they going to give him a donut? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
This would so be me.
Totally. He's like, I would like my glaze.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That is the cutest. That is really cute.
Their little
like,
hands. Oh my god.
He's like,
they're like otter hands.
They are like otter hands. Yeah. Thank you very much for my glaze. I need my daily glaze. Thank you.
Also, when I know we don't like it when people dress their dogs, but sometimes the result is hilarious.
He's like, what? What are you laughing at? What?
Oh my god, I just love that so much. And then remember how we've talked about toe beans?
Yes.
You know how dogs have the toe beans? Someone has made a song out of that and in honor of Dolly Parton.
Jolene.
Toe beans, toe beans, toe beans, toe beans. Find a floof and boop them cause you can.
Boop. Okay. Boop. It's so great.
One thing that I do love about cats, and I don't have cats, I'm not ever going to have a cat. But when I had a cat, one of the things that I thought was hilarious about having a cat is that when they do something embarrassing, like if they fall or if they trip or if they do something that they did not intend to do, they get embarrassed. And so some cats will actually look mortified and then they'll immediately start grooming, like they try to cover up the fact that they did anything dumb.
Yeah.
But then some cats are just so chill that they do this. I meant to be here. I was just
I
going to
just wanted
sleep
to lay
right
here.
there.
I just fell on purpose. I fell.
And then the reason that I pulled this next video is because I swear this reminds me so much of Gwen. This girl reminds me of Gwen. I don't know that you see her face, but there's something about her body and just like her self,
her mannerisms.
Yeah, that reminds me of Gwen. But this dog is so jumpy. Look at this.
She kind of does remind me
Right?
of Gwen too. Yeah.
She's so Gwenny.
She is kind of Gwenny. She is. It's weird.
Anyway, that dog was hilarious too. Okay, this girl got so scared. So apparently this little girl was supposed to be in bed already and she wasn't. And so her dad sneaks up on her when she's still, I don't know if she's like brushing her teeth or doing whatever in the bathroom. And the absolute startle that this dad, I mean, it's just so mean. Look at this. Go.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my God. That was fantastic. That is a horror movie scream is what that was.
Right.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
absolutely petrified. Oh my God. All right. And then now we have a little, I don't know who did this sort of skit, but this is a little skit that makes fun of today's culture in a really, really good way.
Hey, Bill. How was your weekend?
Just watched a lot of football. You?
Found out my son's actually a girl.
What?
Yeah, we're all hanging out on the couch watching Netflix together, and Tommy turns to Sarah and me and says, I'm a girl now.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no idea, but who am I to question my 3-year-old child, right?
Yeah. You're just his parent.
Well, it's not actually his.
Right. Sorry, her.
Well,
You're just her parent. Or is there another preferred pronoun? Never heard that before.
Yeah, me neither. Learn something new every day, right?
So did start kindergarten yet?
Oh, no. Said, no, school. Also, we're starting on hormone blockers next week, so I don't really have a lot of free time.
Hey, that's parenthood.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, you have a daughter, right?
Yeah, my youngest is a girl.
Any advice?
Raising a girl's a trip. You have to be ready for anything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like just yesterday, I found out she doesn't need to poop in the toilet anymore. Really? Yeah, she just finished potty training last month, but apparently she just feels better doing it in her pants.
Wow. Jealous.
Guys, my son's an astronaut.
No way. Congrats.
Way to go, Martha.
Thanks. It's all happening so fast. Yesterday, I went into his room to wake him up from his nap, and I found him sitting on the edge of his bed with his Buzz Lightyear helmet on, screaming, I'm an astronaut! I'm an astronaut!
What an accomplishment.
So what happens now?
We launch him into space.
Really?
You think so? I mean, we haven't heard back from NASA, but he says, I go to the moons tomorrow!
Whoa. The moons.
Kids grow up so fast these days.
Tell me about it. 1 minute I'm spoon feeding my 10-month-old applesauce. The next minute, he doesn't need my help.
Your 10-month-old is eating on his own?
No. My 10-month-old doesn't need food anymore.
Really?
Yeah. He just says, I don't want it. And then crawls away.
Doesn't need to eat food. That's so advanced.
Hey, kids are just more mature now.
Hey, Todd. You okay?
Yes, sorry, had a rough night. I'm getting divorced.
I'm so sorry. Why?
My toddler?
Little Jimmy.
Jimmy. Tells my wife, I no likes Dad. Oh, he thought we were so happy. We haven't fought in years. But what are you going to do? He just finished teething. He knows best.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Why are you saying that? You should be Viking. Why? Do like I'm the boss.
Yes, sir, boss. Sorry, boss.
You should be Viking. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Lightfoot the boss.
Need your approval on this, boss?
Here's the update on the Linden report.
This needs your signature.
Oh, Annie, there you are. You almost gave me a heart attack.
Mommy.
What are you people doing?
This needed his signature. He said get back to work.
Yeah, I guess Fred got fired and now he's the boss. He said he's the boss.
He's not your boss. He's 3 years old. Idiots.
What a terrible parent.
Oh my God. It's all so true.
Right? That's what's so
Uh-huh.
sad about it. It would be funnier if it weren't true.
It's literally our society right now. Mhm.
Anyway, those are your
Yeah.
talks for today.
Those are pretty good talks.
Get up today. Come on. He's got to get up today. He already gypped us yesterday.
Get up. Cashy. I got to throw something
Oh,
on him.
he's stirring.
Hey,
He's
come
stirring.
Come on. He's so annoyed with me right now. Do you see his face?
Look at his face. Yes,
Look at
I
his
see it.
face.
He's like,
So-
what?
So pissed off.
He flapped in advance. Like he gave us
did.
a
He gave
pre-flap.
It was a pre-flap. Come on. Come here. Come over here.
Pre-flapulation.
Come here and see me. Come on.
It's happening, you guys. It's happening.
Oh, come here. Come on. Come over
It's
here.
happening.
Come on.
He's
Oh,
so
God.
resistant.
So mad. Oh, there was a flap. There was another flap. He's done like 2 flaps already.
I know.
Everybody say hi. Oh, these.
Oh, look.
Hello. He's saying hello. Flap again. You want to flap? No, no more flaps.
No.
Okay, we're bringing it in. Well, he
And
flapped.
we got some downward dog though.
Yeah, he can flap again. He's saying hello to everybody. He's saying hello. Now he's going to show everybody his giant balls because that's that's what he does. All right, you guys have the best Tuesday ever, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.